Were you raised by a single mother? 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 Have you ever had a positive male figure in your life?
Coming at you today. It's been a while, and I've been trying to come up with an excuse or reason or whatever to get back on this mic right here and put my face out there and my opinions out there and some facts out there. And this morning, out of all the things that's happened since I've been gone, the beer sickness, a war, and $5.99 gas prices, this discussion, debate, argument between two brothers who I at one point really looked up to. I don't know about looked up to. I'll say admire what they've done. Eric July, the guy on the screen. If you know anything about me, you know I'm rocking with him because he got solo in the background. Jody, who will come on later, I started following him because of his content on games and movie reviews. I thought he did a really good job. His channel was growing, so I'm supporting him. But in all full disclosure, a little while ago, something political happened. Jody got on like this political rant, and he exposed who he was, and basically who he is a very left-leaning victim. And if you know me, I don't rock with victimization. And so and Eric is a libertarian, individual rights, free speech, Black family. The Black family unit is a problem we have to address. That is the problem, not like racism, blah, blah, blah. So as you can see, Eric July or Young Ripper is in the comics and culture, popular culture, games and stuff like that. He's also a musician and a married man. So what he does, he's doing very well and he's very successful. So when I saw on another YouTube channel that these two were debating, I was like, oh man, I got to debate, or what are they debating about? I got to check this out. Well, it's about Batman, the new movie. And before I forget to say this, I'm going to put them on, and there's a lot of cussing. So if you don't want to hear the N-word, and if you don't want to hear other types of swear words, I would say don't listen, but I really want you to hear. But I definitely give you a warning first. There's your warning. So all this the reason these two are talking is because Eric July's friend put out a tweet or a review about Batman, the new Batman. And he noticed or said that, it's a good movie, but there's too many good Black people there, or all the white people in the movie are evil except for Batman and Alfred. And I already know what Eric July's friend, who's white, is referring to. He's referring to this narrative that's being pushed by mainstream media and politicians on the left that all white people are evil. All white people should feel guilty for a racist America, and all Black people are victims. And it's time to uplift the Black victims, right? Eric July knows that narrative. I know that narrative. You probably know that narrative. Jody is lost in the swamp. He doesn't know the narrative. He's living it, right? He's literally living that narrative. So when Eric July put out a tweet referring to how people were coming after his friend, Eric July, as a Black man, according to the left, is supposed to automatically reject his white friend. Why? Because he's white. Two, because his statements that involve Black people and is negative. So it's a statement that involves race, Black, white, and it's negative. And the person saying it is white. That means that it's racist. That's just how the left does. If I confused you, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna get into this again. There's a lot of cussing in this. But before I get into this, I want to read you something, and I'm gonna come back to it. So this is out of a book called The Future Once Happened Here by Fred Siegel. And he's basically quoting the African American Teachers Association out of New York in the 60s, before I was born. So, and it says, individualism and personal merit, the ATA, African American Teachers Association, argued was a myth, in quotes, perpetuated by whites to create Black versions of the white middle class, or Black Anglo-Saxons. The ATA called for an alternative Black value system. That was in quotes, alternative Black value system, in quotes, based on the principles of quotes again, collective work and responsibility, end quote. Cooperative in economics and unity, giftedness in Black children could be measured by a willingness to challenge authority. So here they say, first of all, personal merit is a myth. Does this sound familiar? This was written in the 60s, perpetuated by whites to create Black versions of white middle class. So basically, after the Civil War, real short, Black people have been living under a form, economic form called slavery, which a lot of pro-slavery people called scientific socialism, right? So you got 90% of African Americans in this country grew up under a form of socialism called slavery. When the war was lost, people from the North, whites and Blacks from the North, went down South to teach the whites and the Blacks in the South the values of capitalism. So basically, they were trying to create Black capitalists, of which I'm one, right? But instead of saying they're trying to create Black capitalists, they're saying they're trying to create Black Anglo-Saxons, tying white people to capitalism, which is just an idea. There's no genetics involved in capitalism. It's, shit, communist China values capitalism. Japanese people value capitalism. Nigerians who moved to this country value capitalism. But what they really did, which is just catastrophic to the African American community, is they tied socialism to the Black community by saying the ATA called for an alternative Black value system. That Black value system based on the principles of collective work and responsibility, socialism. Cooperative economics, socialism. And unity, socialism. Giftedness in Black children could be measured by a willingness to challenge authority. And that is, what do we call that? Not Marxism, but militant, being militant. Okay. So with that background, I'm gonna give you this argument or debate, or whatever you want to call it.
Are going to, let me see if I can fix this real quick. Distracting. All right, let's see what's going on here. And I'm gonna jump right in. And yeah, we have it simulcast because, like I said, I'm not dumb enough to try to jump on someone's channel without recording, having receipts, all of that type of stuff. So let's do this.
Oh, you kidding me?
You can easily train yourself to listen faster.
He wants to record
all of that type of stuff.
Here we go. All right, for sure. Andy, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get this fool.
Yeah, all right, is he in there? I have him back.
He's in there. I'm gonna bring you a dead body in a minute.
He wants to
All
record.
of that type of
Here we
stuff.
go. Here we go. All right, bro. Andy, I'm gonna go. Yeah, my nigga Ripper.
What's up?
Been hard. Been looking for you, dog. Welcome to Jody's Corner, honey.
What's up? I didn't know I was joining like a group of cats. I didn't know that.
Oh, you'll be talking to him.
Don't
We're
worry,
not
they ain't gonna say
saying anything.
shit.
Well, that's all good.
This group of cats is the Just Us League.
Okay.
I hire my Black brother here full time. He works for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hiring my other homies and shit that we came up in the streets with. You know what real Black men do.
Okay. Congratulations.
I got a problem with your tweet and only your tweet.
Okay.
I don't know. I know you from the stream where Zack Snyder came in and pulled his cock out and put it in Ryan's mouth and said, I don't F with you geeks and gamers niggas. And then he put it in Uchi's mouth and says, I don't F with you geeks and gamers niggas. I ain't with y'all. Completely disrespected the geeks and gamers name and brand. And your boy Ryan was just sitting up there shocked and stunned and didn't ride for his. Then I remember a stream that happened after that, not too soon after that, where you had something to say about that. You said if you was there, you would have said something to Zack Snyder. You would have went down like that. How niggas was just bending over, not repping geeks and gamers. You said you would have repped that shit, right? And
No, I didn't say I rip shit because I ain't in geeks and gamers. So, but I would have checked them.
Geeks and gamers, but don't they fan base support you?
Yeah, they fan base support me, but I'm not a member of Geeks and Gamers. No, I'm not a member. If it was my clique, I would just say that I'm a member of Geeks and Gamers. I'm not.
But everybody in that community support each other.
Yeah, I mean, they support me, but I'm not a member of Geeks and Gamers. Is an organization that is owned by Jeremy, which Ryan is a part of. I am not in that crew.
So are you saying that your success isn't hugely predicated to Jeremy and Geeks and Gamers?
What? No, I've been on YouTube since 2006, 2007. So no, my success is not predicated to Jeremy and Geeks and Gamers. I have a larger following than Jeremy and Geeks and Gamers, and I've had a longer following since I have been on this platform.
Isn't it safe to say that, in my opinion, I'm only noticing you in the last 3-4 years as far as doing something? You might have been here since 06, but you went popping, my nigga.
But we can't keep it a buck. I've had
Gamers popped off.
How many subscribers do you have on your channel? Serious question.
60K.
All right, you have 60K. I had 60K long before I was ever even doing streams with Geeks and Gamers.
That ain't shit. Just like my 60K ain't shit.
All right, so
I'm shadow banned, my nigga.
all right, well, congratulations on that, on being shadow banned. I don't know what that has to do with me though, because I'm telling you, objectively speaking, I've had a following long before I was ever I'd even known Jeremy. That's not an opinion, that's a fact.
Doesn't that make sense to you?
Keep it a stack, bro. You got tens, if not hundreds of thousands of subscribers because of your collaborations with Geeks and Gamers over the years.
No, I don't understand how much sense. All right, I have 400 and how many subscribers do you know that Geeks and Gamers have?
It's cool. I'm gonna say that you're right. Because I don't want to talk about this shit. Let's move on.
Well, you're all right. Well,
dismiss. There's a book out there. I know it is. I'm gonna find it. How to Argue, and everybody on the left reads that book. You get some facts that don't match what you want the world to be, and you dismiss it and ignore it.
As long as you know that you are complete.
You can just say, "Oh, my bad. I was wrong. I thought that, you know, a lot of your followers were came to you because of Geeks and Gamer. Okay, you had a lot of followers before that. My bad, I'm wrong. Let's move on to this because this ain't what this topic is about." But I don't know what it is. People on the left don't seem to think that way. They feel that way. They don't think that way. I mean, they think that way. They feel more so than they think.
Completely incorrect in that assessment. I mean, we can go wherever you want.
Completely incorrect. You don't owe none of your success to Geeks and Gamers. I got you, man. We both know it's cap, but
there's no cap. No, that ain't no cap. It's an objective fact. Like we have, you know, there's Social Blade. We have all of these receipts. I have no. Hold on. Let me explain this. I have more subscribers than Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers and the Geeks and Gamers channel.
But he still owes Jeremy.
Why? All right. Why on earth would I, having been on this space as long?
Like you more, my nigga. What do you want?
All right. So just because they like me, what the fuck does that have to do with my individual success on this platform? That came, objectively speaking, long before I knew who Jeremy was.
Let me tell you 100%. I did this by myself with no collaborations.
I don't care about that. I don't know what that has to do with any of the shit that you're talking. I had 60,000 subscribers before I knew who Jeremy was.
And those 60,000 subscribers don't equal mine now.
What the fuck does that mean?
It means look where I'm at with 60K, my nigga. I got my own studio, dog.
Congratulations, have your own studio. I have my own studio. What does that mean?
my nigga. Take me in the next room right now.
I have no, for what? This is where, all right, so this is where I record my shit. And I have a what?
It's a treadmill in the next room, huh? You live there?
No, yeah, do I live in a studio? Yes, I do live here.
That's not a studio, nigga.
Yes, it is a studio because I built a studio out of my house, which is almost 400,000 square feet.
I'm sure his house isn't that big.
All
right, congratulations. You built a studio off your house, off maybe where your house is. I built the studio in my fucking house.
No,
You know, I built a studio in my house. No. I built this right here. This padded room was built out specifically so I could do my show here. I built that out of my house. You are bragging about spending money on a property. I guess you have a property that's off away from your home. Congratulations. I don't know what on earth you're bragging about that for. What the fuck that has to do with the fact that I, objectively speaking, have had a following long before I knew who Jeremy was. You're trying to give him credit. And this is my thing. I'm not going to sit up here and high side. Yes, there is a lot of folks that would know me that may have found out about me by way of, let's say, Jeremy or, someone else's channel. I think the same can be said on anybody that's appeared on someone else's show. Like there's going to be people that know me from different avenues, or whether it be for what I've been able to accomplish.
I'm a fast forward, but this was
or what I've accomplished.
I was just bringing this up
shit, whatever it
to show you how
where it is that I'm coming from. So if I wanted to say some like again, and me of all people, being a black person, like for me to just be slinging a fucking term out there that I would think generally be associated with some black person is first of all, I think that's nonsense. But on a serious note, I don't adjust my terminology. I don't adjust what the fuck it is that I say based upon anybody. And it sounds like that's what it is that you do, specifically as it pertains to white people. I don't allow white people in my mental space like that for them to control what the fuck it is that I want to talk about. That's not how I operate.
But you put yourself in the line to defend them, though.
Defend who?
White people who say.
At what point did I defend specifically white people? Did I defend someone that was white, or did I defend someone's whiteness?
That your boy said about black.
What did I say? How did I defend it? How did I defend it? How did I defend it? And no, but
kids trying to slay a dragon at every corner. They don't know what they're talking about.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna keep this moving because this is kind of long. But eventually, Jody says that, okay. Well, it comes out that in that tweet that Jody is referring to, he didn't actually defend anybody. It was an attack. And education system, I don't know, but basically the reason Jody is all twisted up and hurt is because this black man, Eric July, isn't acting right. We're supposed to always, racism is supposed to be the biggest, baddest dude on the block. Racism is supposed to be the reason why nobody can get anywhere. Racism is the reason why Jody grew up in the hood and had to pull his homeboys with him and hire him to do this channel like a real black man is supposed to do. So I guess if you're not born in the ghetto, you're not a real black man. Now me, I was born in the ghetto. And one of my best friends was a white girl named Michelle in the 70s. And we grew up in the worst neighborhood in Detroit, Michigan, the Murder City. So I know she ain't black, but I know I'm black. With that said, if you're black, the left believes you're supposed to act and think a certain way. And if you don't, you aren't black. Now, I know this is old news to a lot of people, but this is a problem. And I read you the source of that problem. All right, now we're going to keep going here until we get to what's really important. And my dog's about to come and bother me. Y'all remember I had a puppy. Well, he's 160 something pounds now. 13 months. All right, here we go.
And my nigga, we know that you're trying to make a snarky statement. At least fucking put your balls in your...
So previously, when we were using spreadsheets, we were heavily meeting dependent. It took us hours to...
Words, nigga, that's what you just did.
Oh, no,
you were trying...
play your game, and now you want
No,
me to
ain't no
shoot
playing no
your
game. You
ball.
making snarky. No. You're making snarky statements and you're hostile. When I called you a fat ass, that's me making fun of you. But I will tell you that's me making fun of you. You don't have your balls in your word, and you're acting like you wasn't just trying to hostile. Oh, you don't have no employees. You don't have nobody on payroll. You fat motherfucker. Whatever you call it is what you call it. Whatever you call it is what you call it. Hey,
As long as I get more bitches than you, as long as as long as my beard ain't dry, as long as my cock
you can
stay
get
wet, my
you
nigga,
can get
I'm
as
good.
many bitches as you want, homie. I'm married.
And
I'm a
tell
grown
bitches
ass
I
man
do
and I'm
this
married. How old are you? How old are you bragging about getting bitches? How old are you? Was you raised by a single mother? Was you raised by a single mother? Yo, is your father in your life? Your father in your life? Is that why you brag about that shit?
About what?
Bragging about fucking bitches. How old are you? You probably older than me.
Hey, look, did you just make a fat joke?
Yes, yes, I made a fat joke. Because first of all, but me calling you fat is objective truth. You a fat motherfucker. I'm asking you about on a serious note. Were you raised by a single mother? Is that why you brag about fucking bitches? Is that why you brag about fucking bitches? Is that why you? I'm married. There's nothing to brag about regarding bitches. You tried to use it. You tried to use it as a brag, homie. You tried to use it as a brag that you got more bitches. You try to use.
So I'm gonna leave that. You can go check out that conversation. But the value system that Jody is projecting, right? Look at my studio. I went and got this studio. He's probably renting that studio. You know what I mean? Like Eric July has a house. I'm assuming he owns the home because you ain't gonna just build a studio in somebody else's house that you rent, right? The values are all skewed. Jody, his claim to fame is whatever money he can throw out there and spend and look all flashy and how many women he can conquer in the bed. Who cares? Dude, like Eric July says, if you between 17 and 21, I get it, right? What else you gonna do but go have sex with people? You a grown man with employees, and I get more bitches than you, right? These are two black men that share two total different value systems. One will lead to success for an entire community. One has led to the destruction of an entire community. And the one that Jody is coming out of basically is an alternative black value system based on principles of socialism, or in other words, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics. I'm gonna bring my boys up. You know what I mean? I gotta give back to the community. I gotta be, MC Hammer and hire 8,500 people out of Oakland, or LeBron James. I gotta send everybody else's kid in Akron to college instead of demanding that their parents put themselves in a position to send their own kids to college, right? Unity and giftedness in black children could be measured by the willingness to challenge authority, right? So Jody here wants to challenge authority. He sees Zack Snyder, who's director of Batman and all this stuff. He sees him as an authority figure, and he's like, we ain't taking that, blah, blah, blah. This is the mindset. This is a plantation mindset at its finest. Authority figure on the plantation is the master and then the overseer. In America, in the South, most of those people were white and most of the slaves were black, right? So you're challenging authority like, overseer, I ain't gonna have you working me to death. Or master, I ain't working in these shoes. You gotta buy me some new shoes. This ain't fair that you haven't bought us shoes or you keep feeding us grits. This ain't fair. Whereas 10% of black folks in the North who weren't slaves, they didn't have anybody to complain to. If they didn't eat, they ain't eat. They had to go get theirs. That's a different mindset. Totally different mindset, right? When you got this collaborative, cooperative, like I gotta bring everybody from the hood, I'm gonna make all this money and just bring everybody to the hood. Instead of saying like, I'm making all this money, I'm gonna help you with the knowledge base and I'm gonna hold you to a standard that I held myself to get to where I get. Now, if you fall, I can help you out, But I ain't just gonna help everybody because of the man is holding me back. The mindset leads to dependence. The mindset Jody happens to have right now will lead him to depend on someone to protect him from a bad overseer or a bad master. And who's that person? A Democrat. It's a setup, and they got us. They got us. None of this crap would be going on right now if, and I'm going on a rant here, if somehow a politician was able to yank the Black community away from the Democratic Party. When I say none of this stuff, I mean none of this stuff. You wouldn't have any of these policies that have led to any of the crap that's going on now. Gas prices hike, the stuff that's going on in Russia, the mandates. None of that stuff would have went through without Black folks being locked into the Democratic Party, allowing them to gain power and push through socialist Marxist policies. And with that, I got to go feed the puppy.